How did this happen? We followed all the rules, but why aren't customers willing to pay what a product costs and what it's worth? And now another competitor. We can't handle it unless... I presented my idea to the other members of the team. It's simple. We work together with Delta, our competitor in North America, while investing in the development of a new product for the future. We can't afford it, they say. Too little equity, and we can't borrow enough. It costs too much to develop a new product, retool the production and work on a new market, all at the same time. How did we get into this situation? Everything seemed to be going fine. We had a good, not too complicated product on a tried and tested, stable market. We developed a new product everyone thought would be a big seller. And now, suddenly, the problems are piling up one on top of the other. We're still waiting for better prices. Our workshops are too slow and tie up too much capital. We have no other products to offer. And on the one market in which we have a large share, new competitors are threatening us. And we're losing money every year. What can we do? How can we solve so many problems at the same time? Don't panic. Take it easy. It'll be all right. But it's a good thing this is just a simulated situation. For a while I thought it was the real thing. What would have happened if it had been the real thing? What a catastrophe. I'm really glad we have a chance to make real-life mistakes like this as part of a course. Because Decision Base is used as part of a course. 4, 5 or 6 companies in tough competition on a changing market. Decision Base is a model of a real-life company engaged in research and development, marketing, production, and finance. The model is based on financial principles employed all over the world. This illustration shows how capital circulates in a company. In the model, it's illustrated as follows. Cash is used to buy material and for other purposes. The cash is converted to material. The material in stock is converted to products, which are then sent to the stocks of finished products. The finished products are delivered to the customers, and the resulting income is first shown as a receivable and then converted back into cash, thus completing the cycle. The expression circulation of capital is used by economists to describe the conversion process upon which all business operations are based. Obviously, the amount of skill required to modify this conversion process to meet changing market conditions can vary. In this version, Decision Base involves the production and sale of plate heat exchangers for industrial use. But practically any area of industry could have been used as a model. Up to 6 teams, with 3 or 4 participants per team, take part simultaneously. The course is designed so that the team members share the responsibility and the work. Each team consists of a marketing manager, a production manager, a finance manager, and a managing director. Together, you'll form a management team which will manage your model company over the next 10 years. The starting point is the same for all teams. You'll manage a company that is presently manufacturing one easy-to-copy product, a master-type plate heat exchanger. You start out with a slow production technology that ties up a great deal of capital, and you're active primarily on the domestic market. You're in good financial condition. Your company's been quite successful up to now. But now, clouds are gathering on the horizon. All over the world, large manufacturers are sprouting up and mass-producing master-type plate heat exchangers. And they're doing it considerably cheaper than you can. In other words, the foreign competition is increasing. At the same time, there's a market for more sophisticated products. Today, the customers on this market are forced to use totally different and much more expensive products. But the company has been weak in terms of research and development and entry into new markets. Now the problems are really starting to mount. In order to survive and grow, you're going to have to choose the right business concept and strategies. Should you invest in research and development? If so, for which products? Or should you enter new markets? or modernize the production, or do everything at once? How should your investments be financed? Just as in real life, there are many alternatives, and evaluating these alternatives is far from easy. And just as in real life, one wrong decision can seriously affect the entire operation for many years. The results depend entirely on your skill at meeting the market demands while steering clear of your competitors. Just as in real life. Of course, the first thing we were curious about was the market. The forecasts were clear. Old, reliable master is in trouble. Our first question was, should we stick to master and look for ways to reduce costs, or should we invest in research and development and new markets? Obviously, there's a large potential for reducing costs. This was apparent when we studied the production facilities. The year is 1986. All production is located in one building, the old factory. There are 3 job shops, all of them fairly slow, with a low level of productivity. The old factory also contains a considerably faster flow shop. All of the shops are used to produce master, 6 series per year. There are many ways in which we can modernize the production to increase efficiency, but the cost will be high. No research and development worth mentioning has been carried out for many years, but the company is considering some new products, Avant, developed directly from master. According to our estimates, Avant will expand our market somewhat to compensate for the market we're now losing. Excel is much more advanced. With it, we can break into a new market segment on a large scale. All customers in this new market segment are presently using tube heat exchangers. And finally, Optima, a future-oriented product. Optima offers additional benefits which today's customers do not consider as essential for their immediate needs. Nor does there seem to be any indication of greater foresight in terms of markets. The domestic market dominates, although some of the production is being exported. Establishing sales offices on new markets will require time and money, but we have no choice. This is most probably a matter of life and death. But should we invest on the less difficult markets like Scandinavia and Europe, or should we risk entering North America and perhaps Asia? Until we know what the competitors are going to do, selecting a strategy will be difficult. But fortunately we have money. The balance sheet shows that the company is in good financial condition. Of our 76 million, only 20 million consists of loans. The current assets are distributed as follows. 17 million in cash. The stocks of material contain material for 3 master series with a value of 1 million each. Material for 2 additional master series has also been ordered. The work in process consists of 4 master series worth 2 million each for a total of 8 million. The stocks of finished products contain 4 master series with a value of 2 million each. The accounts receivable amount to 6 million due after 1 quarter and 6 million after 2 quarters. Total current assets, 48 million. The fixed assets amount to 28 million and consists of the old factory, valued at 20 million, and the plant and equipment, which have a book value after depreciation of 8 million. Total assets, 76 million. On the liability side, we have a long-term loan for 20 million. The rest, 56 million, is the company's equity. Operations are simulated in the model by means of quarterly updates. Updating of accounts receivable, updating of short-term loans, if any, and payment of interest. The need for new short-term loans is also considered at this point. Investments in research and development, 2 million per product and quarter. Take delivery of and pay for material ordered. Place new purchase orders. A contract with the suppliers for 1986 stipulates that 2 orders of material for master shall be placed each quarter. But as we said, this contract applies only to 1986 and expires at the end of the year. Update the work in process. The finished series can be moved to the stocks of finished products. Plant modifications could be changeover to a new product if one has been developed. Investments in new equipment, if any. Selling an existing workshop and investing in a flow shop, line, etc. Or by using one of the other properties for production. These can be rented or purchased. The following workshop alternatives are available. The job shop, which has a throughput time of 3 quarters and functions as follows. All machines of the same type are located in the same place. The products travel over various routes depending on the production sequence. The long throughput time is explained by the fact that the products must queue up for each new operation. The advantage of a job shop is that it has a relatively low acquisition cost and does not require retooling. Product changeovers take no time at all. It's flexible. The disadvantage of a job shop is the long throughput time. The flow shop has a throughput time of 2 quarters. Here the machines have been arranged and the work organized so that each of several groups working in parallel manufactures the product from beginning to end. Another alternative is the line. The throughput time of a line is only 1 quarter. A line is tailor-made to manufacture a certain product with a high degree of efficiency. The job shop is slow but flexible. No time or money is required to perform a product changeover. A product changeover in a flow shop costs 1 million and takes 1 quarter. A line is extremely fast, but product changeovers are cumbersome. They require 2 quarters and cost 4 million. During the first year, 1986, the old management team is still in control. They aren't interested in making investments, so the workshops cannot be modified at this time. New production orders can now be placed. New production can be carried out at only 1 workshop, so the material will be shipped there. The production costs, in this case 1 million, are paid at the same time, in advance. Deliveries must be made now, but the only order on hand is for 8 series, and since only 5 series are finished, the company will be unable to make this delivery until the following quarter. The quarter is closed by paying the quarterly overhead of 1 million. This procedure is repeated for the remaining 3 quarters. It is then time to close the year and start the following year. Which new products should be developed? Which markets should the company enter? What changes should be made in production? What sales investments should be made? How will the operation be financed? Good luck. We hope you'll be more successful than we were. Our company, Beta, isn't doing so well. But it's clear that our competitors haven't been any more successful than we have in adapting to changes and new conditions. Perhaps the figures don't express this so clearly. But let's take a look at Alpha. They were obviously trying to expand their way out of their cramped position. They invested heavily right from the start, and their investment program was enormous, including research and development, modernization of production facilities, and entry into new markets. They discovered the hard way that in addition to the money required for the investments themselves, they needed huge amounts of capital to operate on this scale. They failed to notice this, and were then forced to borrow even more money. So most of their surplus now goes to the bank in the form of interest. Alpha is now trying to get its house in order, rationalize its capital, and concentrate on the most profitable products and markets. Gamma was much more careful. They decided to sell Avant in North America, a strategy of high specialization which quickly gave good results. They seem to have done well so far, but now the prices are beginning to drop as Excel gains a foothold. So the future looks bleak, especially since they haven't invested in any further research and development or in new markets. But they'll sit up and take notice sooner or later. What about Delta? They sold their old factory back in 1987 and used the money to invest in 2 efficient lines in the new factory. When they'd done that, they simply stopped all production in the old factory. As a result, they increased their production by 1/3 and reduced their overhead by almost the same amount. Good idea. The question now is whether it was also a good idea to stick with Master, even though they tried at all times to sell where the prices were most favorable. They weren't interested in large market shares. After a few years, Delta had earned enough to buy the small factory, where they obviously planned to manufacture Excel as a sideline, thus becoming our competitors. And that worries me. How did this happen? We followed all the rules, but why aren't customers willing to pay what a product costs and what it's worth? And now another competitor, and we can't handle it. Unless... I presented my idea to the other members of the team. It's simple. We work together with Delta, our competitor in North America, while investing in the development of a new product for the future.